This is a video on how to upgrade firmware on a third generation hardware Sump Alarm Wi-Fi high or low water alarm. We are using a 2L unit with a power light on it for this example, but it applies to any Sump Alarm Wi-Fi unit with this generation of hardware. So the first thing we are going to do is unplug the unit so the power light goes off. The next thing we are going to do is undo all 4 of the screws on each of the corners of the unit. You want to use a properly sized screwdriver. If the screwdriver doesn't fit into the screw snugly, then chances are you are going to strip the screw while pulling it out. These screws are coming out a little bit easier because I have already opened this unit once in preparation for this video. Very rarely will the lid fall off like this. In most cases, the lid is going to stick on after you have all screws out. There is nothing else holding it. Just take a small screwdriver and slide it through the seam to break the seal and get it to open up. Inside the unit, this is what you will see. First thing we're going to do is wiggle this 2-position connector and pull it out. The next thing we're going to do is wiggle off the 3-position connector and pull it out. The easiest thing to do with the cover is just put it on by one screw. It doesn't matter which one, so it doesn't fall apart or fall off or cause strain on any of the cables. So I'm just going to do one rotation there to put that in. The next thing that is going to happen is we're going to remove this 2-position connector right here. Each of these units are generally held in place by only 2 screws. The next thing you're going to do is take out these 2 screws. These screws are sunk into plastic countersinks, so if you are using a power screwdriver, you still want to back them out slowly, otherwise the heat will be incredible and will melt the sinks. Now the truth of the matter is this entire assembly can be held in with just one screw. So don't get too worried about it. If you put it back in with just one screw, you'll probably be in just fine condition. Now in the case of a 2L unit, we're going to have 2 small anchors there in the bottom. And you just tear them out, which is the easiest thing to do, and just put them back in later. You are also going to see that there is an antenna over here on the side, and that antenna is going to link right onto the wireless module. So pull out the wireless module, and if your new wireless module has a copper antenna on it, like this one, you can simply tear the antenna off the side. The new modules won't be needing it, so you can pitch that. Now I'm going to pull the board the rest of the way out. Don't be concerned about breaking anything. Here we are. I'm simply going to pull out 2 chips. This is the first chip, the processor, and the second chip is the Wi-Fi module. Now I'm going to put the Wi-Fi module back on. Here is a new Wi-Fi module. You can see in very small letters on the board is written antenna. The antenna is going to come out of the Wi-Fi module on this side. Just like that. So it comes out over the top of the black box. The next thing you're going to do is take the new processor that was shipped to you. We're going to take these 6 pins and point them towards this 2-position connector. Now we are going to push that in. Now we have changed the processor and we've changed the Wi-Fi module in this unit. Now we're simply going to begin reassembly. It's really easy. Put this back in here. This is actually the hardest part, just getting the screws to line up. Here we go. There's screw 1 going in. And always remember, if you have any problem at all, if you break anything, don't worry about it. Just call us and we'll send you another one. Okay, so this one screw is in there now. It's pretty snug. I'm going to put the other screw in, but if you lose a screw, one screw is more than enough to hold the unit in place. Okay, so basically at this point in time, the firmware upgrade is complete. We have changed the 2 essential modules. If we only send one module, just change out the processor. And now I'm going to put this 2-position connector back in. Next, I'm going to undo the lid here. I'm going to find the 3-position connector, which is the power connection, and I'm going to push that back in. I'm going to find the 2-position connector. This is what connects it to the float sensor, and I'm going to push that back in. I'm going to push down all 3 of these modules, all 4 of them actually, to make sure that they are fully seated. And now effectively we are done. So now what I'm going to do is, this is the master reset button. I'm going to make sure all of the cords in this area are clear away from the reset button, because if, for example, we accidentally sandwich the cables in there so that the reset button stays depressed, you're not going to ever have a working unit because it is going to continue to reset. Now you notice we're just tightening these screws hand tight. This unit is heavily gasketed, and the rubber and plastic will come together and reseal on their own. So as far as the hardware part of the installation, we are complete. So now I'm going to go ahead and power the unit back on. We're waiting to see how many beeps we get. After the initial chirp, within a few moments you should get 1 horn blast. If you don't get 1 horn blast, that means that the blue chip was not inserted correctly. After 2 to 3 minutes, you should see the Sump Alarm network appear on the list of Wi-Fi networks. If not, that may indicate that the Wi-Fi module is not seated correctly. If you have any questions or need additional assistance, please feel free to call us at 314-787-8059, extension 2, or send an email to customerservice@sumpalarm.com. Thank you.